So my binary clock was quite good, and I've got a way of setting it with a button on the side, a little tactile button. But I decided a remote control settable alarm, temperature setting, viewing the time, setting the time would be good. So I put in a little Bluetooth low energy chip. You can use the standard connector wooden bit. Use UART. And then you can send commands like if I want to read the temperature, it's just serial commands. It's interpreted by the code that I've written. So there it's saying 28 degrees, which is obviously a bit off being in England, but it's because the clock's been on. I just have it in the kitchen on all the time, and the little cell where the chip is in here obviously gets a bit warm. I haven't set some sort of offset yet. Need to calibrate it really. You can also set a time, so set 11:59. Send that. It tells you set it, and then we're at 11:59. You can also set an alarm. So, for example, 13:45. It tells you set the alarm at 13:45, and when the alarm goes off, it just flashes that orange colour for I don't know. I think it's 20 seconds. I set it to. So this is just standard serial UART Bluetooth. I then decided to have a fiddle with the ESP8266 chip, which is a real cheap Wi-Fi chip. This is my little prototyping bed that I've got for the clock. Uses a NeoPixel unicorn hat from Pimeroni. It's actually an 8x8, and that was part of my code. It scales up to any size matrix. Alright, so I'll show you from startup, connecting to it and sending it commands. So if I plug in on USB, it's got a nice rainbow effect, this one. You're starting it up, showing that it's sort of configuring the Wi-Fi chip, setting it up as an access point, setting it up as a server that will accept connections for HTTP GET requests. So this HTML I've written, which uses a bit of JavaScript to send these requests, interpret the time, things like that. So if I connect to the little device, turn on Wi-Fi, connect to it, then, hang on a minute, it's in its half-hour display mode. So these blue bars fill up as the hour goes along. So if you inspect, I'll show you the actual requests. Network. So we'll try viewing the temperature first. It sends a request to see the temperature. And there you go, it shows up on the display. Like the other one, it's really hard to see because of the light, but so this one's more accurate, showing 24 degrees, which is probably about right in the kitchen. You can see I've just written this script which will, I don't know if you can focus there, so it asks for different settings. Setting 3 is temperature, sends the hour and the minute, they're just filler really. You can also send a colour picker I've developed. Well, I haven't developed this bit, but it will send a colour. So you click send. Again, sends set 4. This is the 4th set mode I've got. It's actually pending, this one. Sometimes it seems to get lost in transmission. Still playing around with it at the moment, but if we try refreshing, then send it again. There we go. Change to green. I think part of this problem with transmission is I don't have any response coming back, so Chrome will actually think it's failed because it's an empty response, which can kind of bug out the browser a bit, I think. But yeah, there you go. That's you can also set times, alarms, things like that. Same method. 19:45. Shows you set it, and then it'll go off at 7:45.